Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this new year of 2023. Let's see, we have both Commissioners Treese, Commissioner Willie, and our Justice of the Peace and our County Auditor here. We also have our special guest with us, Washington County Circuit Court Presiding Judge Kathleen Proctor, who will be granting us the oath of office. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased that you're here today to do this for us. It just, it's very special. So our first order of business today will be exactly that, our swearing in for the newly re-elected members of the Washington County Board of Commissioners, our Justice of the Peace for his second term, as well as our newly elected county auditor. And it's really a very special day for all of us. To begin our proceedings, Judge Proctor, would you please come join us here? Myself, Commissioners Treese and Commissioner Willie in front of the dais. Let's see, do we have marked spots or just in front of the mics? Following the directions.
So, Madam Chair, we have the judge and the mic, and then you will be first up, so you will take the second mic there.
Okay. So we'll be doing this in such an order.
Okay. Please raise your right hand.
Uh-oh, it's a long script. I'm in trouble.
No. And I, state your name,
I, Catherine Harrington,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
and the laws thereof
and the laws thereof
and the Charter of Washington County,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties to the best of my ability
and will faithfully and honorably discharge my duties to the best of my ability
in the office of,
in the office of
and state your office,
Chair of the Washington County Board of Commissioners,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Pam Cheese, do solemnly swear
I, Pam Treese, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon and the laws therefore,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon and the laws therefore,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties to the best of my ability.
and faithfully and honorably perform my duties to the best of my ability.
In the office of Washington County Commissioner, to which I have been elected.
In the office of Washington County Commissioner, to which I have been elected.
Congratulations.
congratulations!
This is my granddaughter Olivia and my other granddaughter Addison.
Hello. Please raise your right hand. Whoops.
There we go.
I, please.
I, Jerry Willie,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
and the laws thereof,
and the laws thereof
and the Charter of Washington County,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in the office of
in the office of
and
Washington County Commissioner, District 4, the finest district,
to which I have been elected.
to which I've been elected.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And do we have, I think, Dan, oh, sorry. Oh,
Yep, yes, so you're
okay. I wasn't sure I had the order right, so thank you.
you speak loud enough, didn't
I
I, Dan Cross,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the laws thereof,
and the laws thereof,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in the office of
in the office of Justice of the Peace, County of Washington,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I got held up helping a constituent in between. Yes. Thank you, Judge Proctor, for conducting the swearing in for the commissioners and the Justice of the Peace. And now, would our newly elected county auditor, Christine Adams-Wanberg, please come forward. Christine has brought Kip Memmott, Audits Director of the Oregon Secretary of State's Office, to administer the oath. Thank you so much for being with us today and for extending these honors.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Christine Adams-Wanberg,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon and the laws thereof,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon and the laws thereof,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and the Charter of Washington County,
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
and will faithfully and honorably perform my duties
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in the office of,
in the office of County Auditor,
to the which I have been elected.
to which I've been elected.
Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Kip. It really is an honor to have Mr. Memmott as well as Judge Proctor swear us in today. And also to have each of you and our families here as well. Now is an opportunity for each member newly sworn into office to make some comments. So we'll start, and then we'll go through each of the positions before we pick up with our meetings of today. So, Christine.
Thank you. Good morning, members of the public, fellow elected officials, county leaders, employees, and guests. This is such an exciting morning, and I am so thankful to be here as your new county auditor. I want to thank Kip Memmott, the Audits Director for the Oregon Secretary of State, for honoring me today by being here and swearing me in. It means a great deal to me, so thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you to my family for being here and supporting me, and I want to thank my audit staff out in the audience for their constant support and perseverance. It is a very special day for us. So when I started this journey, I quickly found out that very few people actually knew that there was a county auditor's office, and even fewer had any idea about what we did. So one of my goals during the campaign was to help inform people about the office's role in program analysis and accountability, and I'm really happy to say that there were a lot of people who were very receptive to hearing about what we did. And this is something I want to continue through my term of office to help provide that information so that the public has a better understanding of what their county auditor's office does for them. Another one of my goals is to establish a healthy, productive working relationship with the county departments. I've been spending the last several months meeting with county leaders, getting to know them and their services better, and also letting them know what my approach is to auditing. I have very much appreciated these meetings, and for those who haven't met me yet, I want to let you know that my approach to auditing is one of highlighting where where our county is doing well, but also looking for opportunities for improvement, whether it's a program's implementation, compliance with contracts and legal requirements, or even issues of organizational culture. In fact, I've often kind of looked at audits as preventative care, much like a doctor would work with a patient to keep them healthy and well-functioning. A physician looks at a patient's vitals and they ask about lifestyle choices and family history, and then they compare that information to medical practices to kind of find out if they're within that healthy range. And if there are concerns, the physician may ask the patient to do further tests and have further conversations with the practitioner. In this case, I'm obviously not taking your physical measurements or anything, but I am looking more at administration of public policies and programs, and basically how many resources are we using and what type of resources. So some of the things that my audit team and I would commonly look at are, what are your goals, and are those being met? Have there been significant program or leadership changes? Has the environment in which your program operated changed dramatically? Many times it's actually yes. And what and how many resources are being used? And what are the barriers that different members of our community have to accessing those services? These really help the audit team determine risk and what needs further examination. And at the end, there are findings and recommendations based on the audit work performed. Now, you may be fine hearing some of these recommendations and findings, and there may be others which you'd really rather not have that conversation with me about. For example, in a physician's office, if I hear that my blood pressure is okay, but my blood sugar isn't, and I need to cut down on processed foods, I don't exactly enjoy hearing those things. And I'm not planning on giving up my chocolate fix or my hash browns in the morning, but it is important for me to hear that, because if I don't do something about that, eventually that will impact my quality of life. So similar to a diagnosis, the purpose of audit findings and recommendations is to point out issues and really opportunities for course corrections. And we do that so our county functions better and serves our community better. And we make that information available to the public because the power and resources we have as government is given to us by the people. It is not inherently ours without permission. And I will tell you, even my own office has things to improve on. It's not just programs outside the auditor's office. We are behind on archiving. We need a serious look at our technology, and this is really one that really irritates me, and we have never in the history of the office had a peer review. A peer review is where the auditor gets audited, and it's something that is very important to my profession. And I believe in supporting my words with actions, walking the talk. So my third goal is that we will improve our office, and we will have a peer review in 2025 to look at areas where my office can improve. I think it's important to state as well that auditors rarely deal in absolutes. In fact, my colleague Jennifer McGirt, the Multnomah County Auditor, recently wrote the following, quote, "Auditing is about yes and most of the time. We strive to provide you with accurate information about how county government is working, and that story is rarely one we can tell in absolutes. It is not a story that is either good or is either or, one that everything is good or everything is bad. It is much more complicated than that. People in our county are working hard to serve the public, yes, and the systems they work in need to improve, and we are privileged to have a unique role and duty to tell you the whole complex, nuanced story," unquote. I firmly believe that our county government is working hard for our community, and sometimes we do things really, really well, and sometimes things change and don't work as well as we want. And I'm going to tell you and the public the many facets of what my office finds, because that's the direction that the county charter gives me. The purpose is not to shame county government into compliance with recommendations, but instead to provide objective, independent information on what's going on and point out opportunities where we can do better. I respect each and every one of our county employees and leaders for their dedication and work they do for our community. It is needed, demanding, and very challenging work, and I am deeply thankful for your service. I am very much looking forward to working with you to continue to serve the residents of this county well. And if you ever have questions about my intent, my ideas, or want to express concerns, please get a hold of me. I am really happy to discuss them. But I will give you a fair warning that I will expect you to listen a little bit about how much I love the auditing profession and how much I care about this county and its success. Thank you and best wishes to everybody for a fantastic and happy new year. Thank you.
Judge Cross, would you like to make some remarks?
Well, I'll just stay seated then, since I'm already here. It's a real honor to get to serve a second term as the Justice of the Peace for Washington County. I think what a common thread you will see through all the individuals here today is a passion for public service and a commitment to doing that at the highest possible level. It is something which runs through the core of Washington County government in my 6 years of experience in this role. The biggest thing I get to do every day is I get to teach civics, right? The folks that come to me, usually that's the only time they're going to be in court. It's my one chance to educate those folks on the purpose of the courts and what we can do and the process that serves ultimately them, even though they're not happy to be there in the first place. And if we can do that and instill that faith, then we are doing a public service that ripples out through the community. And that's the goal, and I'm very, very privileged to get to serve in that role and get to teach those classes on a daily basis. So I appreciate that very much, and I thank everybody in Washington County for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you, Judge Cross. And I'll just go in order of our district numbers. Commissioner Treese.
Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. This is a special day, and I want to extend my appreciation to my family, my daughter Hillary Oda, my granddaughter Olivia Oda, and my other granddaughter Addison Oda for being here with me. It was fun to watch them practice, to go through what it's like to be a judge, and hopefully their career aspirations will lead them along that way. But nonetheless, I really do appreciate it. At my last swearing in, my mother was with us, and she's not with us anymore, but I know that she is very well aware of what happened this morning and appreciates both Addison and Olivia's participation. It's been an interesting 4 years. I've served with this commission for 2 years, and it's been difficult. There's no question about it with the pandemic and all the other things that we have faced. We've all faced it, all of you in the audience, all of us here. I'm looking forward to this term. I'm excited about the opportunity to tackle big issues, to tackle the things that are important to our constituents and the things that are important to the best way to operate this county. So thank you again for being here. Thank you to my constituents for electing me, and I'm looking forward to serving all of you. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
And now for Commissioner Willie from District 4.
Well, thank you, everyone, for being here. I do not have any prepared remarks, so we'll just wing it from this point in time. Christine, thank you for the comments that you made. Thank you for your commitment to certainly run for this office and being a part of the county team. You said some things that resonate with me, probably because I'm a former CPA, so I know a little bit about auditing, but not the kind of auditing that you do. But you said something about and something that I've always believed in is the tyranny of the or. From a book. I know that you know that book, and it talks about the strength of a commitment of finding and rather than or in everything that we do. So thank you for that, and I look forward to working with you over the next 4 years. Thank you to my wife, Judy, for being here. This is her 4th visit, and so she could have recited that for me, and I had sworn to it. But it has been an interesting 4 years. Pam, when we came on 4 years ago, It's a lot different. I get the question often about, is it the same as being mayor? And no, it is not. It's a much larger job and a much more expanded job. I've enjoyed learning from our team about Health and Human Services, about the complexities of the Sheriff's Office. I see Kevin back there. Thank you, Kevin. The DA's office. Everyone has been very, very supportive and helpful in helping each one of us commissioners transition to do a better job. And we look forward to having the team together for another 2 years, certainly, with Roy and Nafisa coming on board and having 2 years to go. We've got a lot of work to do, as Pam said. We've got budget issues, and we just have normal county complexities that we're going to look forward to and accomplish as a team. So thank you, everybody, for being here today.
Thank you to our judge, our auditor, and commissioners, both Commissioner Treese and Commissioner Willie, who, like me, are starting their second term, but also to our colleagues, Commissioner Rogers for District 3 and Commissioner Nafisa 5 for District 1. It's really marvelous to have this opportunity to serve the community of Washington County with these colleagues. As mentioned, we deal with big societal challenges, and we have a marvelous staff to help us explore opportunities and challenges, to assess how we are doing as a service provider to the community of over 600,000 people, but also as a safety net government. After all, the private sector doesn't want to provide all of the services that our residents and businesses want. But nonetheless, these services are vital for us as a community. We may be individuals and have our individual family unit, but we come together as a community, whether we individually have a sense of that or not. We are part of greater wholes. I'm really proud to serve with this work group of 5 elected county commission members, myself as the at-large elected chair, and these 4 district counselors. We do our best to consider different perspectives and different options and come to a majority opinion to advance our community. We work each and every day with our staff as led and managed by our County Administrative Officer, Ms. Tanya Angie, and our General Counsel, Tom Carr. They help us assess where we're at, advance our capabilities in service to community, and to then reassess and make adjustments for how we serve our community. As Commissioner Willie mentioned, we have budget challenges to face together. We also have some pretty significant county infrastructure needs, some being soft infrastructure, making sure, for example, that every one of the workforce members here at Washington County, an agency of over 2,300 employees, as well as our over 400 employees of Clean Water Services, has career ladders, has a workplace culture so that everyone can thrive in service to our community. They do this work each and every day as public servants. We are also fortunate that the board adopted an equity resolution back in 2020 that helps ensure that our workforce is more reflective of our community, but the way that we deliver our services and make policy and investment decisions is centered in equity so that we can ensure that everyone, every individual has the opportunity to thrive in this Washington County, our second most populous county of the 36 counties that make up our great state of Oregon. I want to thank you again for helping me learn each and every day, each year of my 4-year term as your county chair. It's a real honor to work with you and for me to question my own thoughts, my perspectives, my viewpoints, so that I have the opportunity to contribute my direction, so that we as a whole, the Washington County Board of Commissioners, can make policy and investment decisions for the benefit of the community that we endeavor to serve each and every day. I want to thank again Judge Proctor, as well as Kip Mehmet. We appreciate your time today. We appreciate each of you here in our audience today, here in the public services opportunity as well as online, to join us today in this ceremony. Now we're going to take a few minutes to enjoy some refreshments and mingle with one another before we start our Housing Authority of Washington County board meeting at 10 o'clock. We'll then have our Washington County Board of Commissioners meeting, and then this afternoon at 1 o'clock, we'll have our work session. Thank you again for joining us here this Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Thank you.